Okay, we are starting our lesson. Okay. So we are writing a composition. We are doing composition writing today. And I want you to take note of the name of the composition that we are doing. Because every time when you write a composition, you have to know what type of a composition it is. And this helps us to write or to apply the skills, the right skills for that topic. Because the way we write these compositions is different. And you have written compositions before, compositions like letters. You have also written descriptive compositions where you are describing a person or you are describing something that is not human. And today we want to do a narrative composition. Can you write it down? Narrative composition. Do you know how to spell narrative?
I think so.
Okay. Hello, Justin. Hello, Justin. Is that Justin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, I'm taking you for composition writing today, only for today. Okay, can you take down the topic that we are doing? Justin, Chogugudza has already written it down. A journey by bus. A journey by bus. I hope the spelling for journey is written correctly. Okay. So I was saying that there are many types of compositions that we can write about. And every time that we write or we are given a topic, we should know whether it is a descriptive composition where you are describing a person or you are describing something. And we should also know if it is a narrative composition or if it is a letter. Because when you are writing a descriptive composition, you need to use describing words. But when we are writing a narrative composition, we are telling a story because narrative comes from the verb to narrate. Okay, so Justin, can you write down? Chogugudza has already written narrative. N-A. Chogugudza, you were not sure. This is the spelling. N-A double R. Yes, double R-A-T-I-V-E. You get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So like what I said, to narrate is to tell a story. And where is the story coming from? It is coming from your experiences. Experiences meaning that you have done that before or you have been through it before. So it can be you who has experienced it, or it can be someone else that you know who has experienced that. Or you don't even know who has experienced that and you haven't experienced it. So where do you get the story from? You create the story from what you see from the television, what you hear from radios, or from what you read, or from what you hear people talking about. So I said your topic is a journey by bus. This is a narrative topic. This is a narrative topic because you are supposed to tell me a story. You are supposed to tell me a story about a journey that you once traveled or that somebody once traveled by bus, not by train, not by an aeroplane, or not by anything else, car, but by bus. So you have to choose a name of the bus. Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know that when you are writing a story, yours is very short, but you are the same with someone who writes a novel? You have read novels from the library, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have read stories, you have also watched movies, and those are stories. And I have said you are the same with them, except that yours is short. So before you start writing, if you want to write a good composition, you are supposed to plan it first. You are supposed to plan first. So how do you plan? You plan using some certain topics. For example, you can write characters. Characters, these are people that are going to be in your story. Can you write that down? Characters. C-H-A-R-A Justin, are you writing?
I'm done.
Haracter. Yeah, done, Chogugudza?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I want you, there is your topic that I've given you, a journey by bus. Can you write down the people that you want to involve in your story? Because one good thing about narrative compositions, as soon as you are given a topic, a story comes into your mind. A story comes into your mind. So think about a journey that you yourself or somebody else has traveled using a bus. Whom do you want to put in your story? Can you write the names of the people down? If it is you, you write myself and the other people. Can you write them down? Okay. Don't write too many. You just write those that you want to be in your story. I'm sure you now have your story. Okay. Or maybe you can tell me first what do you want to write about, or who has traveled in your story. Okay, Chogugudza, who are your characters?
Myself, my aunt, and two cousins, and my sisters.
Yes, good. Justin?
Myself, my uncle, and my friend.
Very good. Okay, another topic that you can also put in your plan, besides knowing why are we doing this? Because there is no story without characters. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there's
Yes,
no
ma'am.
story without people who are playing some roles there. And there is no story that does not have a place, I mean, where it is taking place. So where was this bus coming from and where was it going? Justin, as you were traveling, you were coming from where, going to where?
I was going to South Africa from Zimbabwe.
Yes, and the name of the bus?
Intercape.
Okay. Chogugudza?
Just the same as him.
Yeah, it's the same bus.
Because I went to visit my aunt in South Africa.
Okay, it's okay. The stories that you are going to write are going to be different, even if you are going to the same direction. Okay, and when was that? When did you travel? Yes, Justin?
Last year.
Yes, last year. I like that because when we are writing narrative compositions, we are talking about something that has happened already. So we are going to be using the past tense as we are writing our compositions and our sentences. Yes, Chogugudza?
It was last year too. So it was last year, a few days after school was closed.
Yes, very good. Okay, and we also need, what did you see as you were traveling? Can you enlighten me about your experience when you were traveling? What was exciting or what was boring? And what did you do? I want those kind of things. Remember, you are telling me your story from Blawayo until you got to South Africa only as you were traveling by the bus.
As I was traveling, I was just sitting next with my cousin brother. We're telling each other stories, and I was sleeping, and we'd do that over and over again.
Okay. Justin?
I was playing with my friend.
In the bus?
Yes.
Yes. How? You were playing games?
Yes, we were playing games.
From your
telling
phone?
Each other stories.
Okay.
Telling each other stories.
And at times you would sleep also?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it is a very long journey, that one. And what time did you arrive?
8 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And sometimes maybe the time when I went to South Africa myself, we had a breakdown. So you can also talk about that. You can have some breakdowns, you can have some thieves entering into the bus and people's things are stolen. And you can talk about stopping, buying some food, and also going to the toilet, all that kind of stuff. There are so many things to talk about. Okay, now we want to talk about the structure of our composition. You now have got an idea of what you are going to write about. A composition has got okay. A composition has got three main parts, which are
the introduction.
Yes, one. Justin, number two.
The body.
Yes, the body, and the last one. It's called what? It starts with a C. Yes, Justin.
Conclusion.
Yes, and the conclusion. Yes. And what do we write? What do we write in the introduction?
Uh, uh, what you are going to write about?
There are some highlights. You guys, you like watching movies, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. If there is an upcoming movie, they show some highlights. You know, highlights, like they give you some bits and pieces of the movie. And from those bits and pieces, you can actually tell what the movie is going to be about, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Is that there is going to be some killing, and there is going to be this and that. You can see that from the highlights. So our introductions, they also give us highlights of what is going to be in your composition. But it should also answer the question, who is involved? You don't write it like who is involved, isn't it? You are going to make some sentences
Yes.
and telling us who is involved in your composition. You also tell us about where is your story taking place. You also talk about when did it take place. So you are going to tell us about what you told me last year, and you are also going to tell us who is traveling in this bus, and where were you going, where were you coming from, and where were you going. And then you also tell us a sentence to highlight us if this journey was exciting or if it was boring. And then you write your body. You write your body, your paragraphs for the body. And then you write the the conclusion. So in the conclusion, you are going to tell us what you learned about traveling to South Africa. You are summarizing, you are concluding what you learned, what you enjoyed, what you did in summary. You are now summarizing, giving us the conclusion. I want you now to write an introduction with 3 sentences only. Can you write that for me? You should mix long and short sentences. I want you to write the introduction of your topic, A Journey by Bus. Just write 3 sentences.
Okay. 3 sentences.
Remember, I said you have to tell us who is involved, where, and when. Mix long and short sentences. Mix long and short sentences.
By bus.
Journey by bus. Okay, Justin, you are done?
Still writing.
Okay. Chogugudza, you are done.
Yes, ma'am.
How many sentences did you write?
I wrote 3.
You wrote 3.
Yes.
Okay, check if you have put capital letters and full stops there.
I'm done.
Okay. Now, who is going to read for me first? Chogugudza or Justin? You are going to read what you wrote.
A journey by bus is wonderful. You get to see a lot of things. You see wild animals, and that is why I want to tell you about my journey by bus.
Okay. But you didn't tell us who is involved there, when, and when and where. Chogugudza?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you add later, Justin?
Journey by bus. I went with the journey by bus. I went with my uncle and my friend. It it was a very fun one. It was last year, 2019, on a holiday when schools had closed.
Okay. Yes, so remember to add what I have said. So you can even start by telling us that it was sometime last year, soon after closing schools. Chogugudza, you said you wanted school soon after closing schools, when we decided to visit my aunt in South Africa. It was a journey by bus. We used this type of a bus, you mentioned it, and we had quite an exciting time during the journey. So that's how you can start it. Okay, so you are going to write that topic. Remember to put the introduction, and the introduction should be very interesting, so that we would want to read more and more of the composition. And then in the body, you now tell us everything that happened. Remember not to start by telling us the other things that happened during your journey, because you won't have anything to write in your body. So in the introduction, just tell us when, where, and who is involved in that journey. And you just tell us whether it was an exciting journey or it was a boring journey. You tell us that in the introduction. Then in the body, you tell us what happened in the journey. And then you conclude. Remember, your topic is a journey by bus. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Amen. Bye, Chogugudza.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye, Justin.
Yes,
Bye,
bye-bye.
Chogugudza.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Please leave, Malumi.